Welcome to our channel, where we delve into the secrets behind everyday items you love. Do you know the common treat that comes at the end of every Chinese-American restaurant meal? It's a crisp, sweet, bite-sized delight that often tells your fortune or gives you a dash of wisdom with its hidden message. Yes, we're talking about the iconic fortune cookie. This tiny, crescent-shaped delight, often misunderstood as an ancient Chinese tradition, actually has roots more intertwined with the American dream than you might imagine. In this video, we will unwrap the story of the fortune cookie, starting from its contested history, then take you through its fascinating creation process, and finally, we'll spill some fun and surprising trivia about these curious confections. So whether you're a food enthusiast, a history buff, or just plain curious, stick around for a delightful fortune cookie journey you won't want to miss. Contrary to popular belief, the history of fortune cookies isn't rooted in ancient China, but rather in early 20th century California. It's a tale involving immigrant stories, cultural fusion, and a dose of serendipity. So let's take a journey back in time and unravel the mystery surrounding the birth of these sweet fortune tellers. The exact origins of the fortune cookie are heavily debated. Some sources claim that they were first made by Japanese immigrants in Los Angeles or San Francisco around the turn of the century. The cookies were similar to a traditional Japanese cracker called Tsujura Senbei, which often contained a fortune or aphorism. However, World War II brought about a tragic twist. With Japanese Americans interned during the war, Chinese entrepreneurs saw an opportunity and started producing the cookies en masse, associating them with Chinese cuisine. One such entrepreneur, David Young, the founder of Hong Kong Noodle Company in Los Angeles, claimed to have invented the cookie in 1918. He stated that he started handing out cookies with inspirational messages inside to unemployed men as a way to lift their spirits. On the other hand, a competing claim comes from San Francisco's Makoto Hagiwara of Golden Gate Park's Japanese tea garden. He professed that he was the first to serve the modern version of the fortune cookie in the 1890s. Despite these conflicting stories, a court in 1983 ruled San Francisco as the official birthplace of the fortune cookie, yet the debate continues even today. Regardless of its origin, the fortune cookie rapidly became a staple at Chinese-American restaurants. By the late 1950s and 60s, mass-produced fortune cookies were being shipped nationwide, spreading this bite-sized mystery across the country. They were an exotic, fun dessert that gave diners a little wisdom or prophecy after their meals, and their popularity soared. And that's how these fascinating cookies became an inseparable part of Chinese-American cuisine. Now that we know the history of fortune cookies, let's dive into how these delightful treats are made. Creating fortune cookies involves a simple list of ingredients and a few specialized tools to help achieve their iconic shape. First, the ingredients. The basic recipe for fortune cookies calls for flour, sugar, and eggs. These are the building blocks that provide the texture and slight sweetness of the cookie. To add a unique flavor, vanilla extract is often used, but almond extract can also be used for a nuttier taste. Other recipes may include butter or oil to give the cookie its crispness. And of course, we can't forget the little pieces of paper with the fortunes written on them. As for the tools, you'll need a whisk or mixer to blend the ingredients together, a non-stick baking sheet or specialized iron griddle, and a fortune cookie mold to shape the cookies before they harden. A pair of cotton gloves are also helpful to prevent burns when folding the hot cookies. In traditional methods, the cookies are shaped over a rod or the edge of a cup while they're still hot. However, in industrial settings, mechanical molds are used to shape multiple cookies at once, greatly speeding up the process. That's about it. Simple ingredients and straightforward tools to create the fortune cookie we all know and love. So, let's move on and see how the magic happens. The first step in the process of making fortune cookies is preparing the dough, which is a delicate balancing act. Getting the dough just right is vital because it directly impacts the texture and taste of the cookie. Start by whisking the eggs until frothy. This step is crucial for the dough's consistency as it incorporates air into the mixture. After this, gradually add the sugar while continuing to whisk. The result should be a creamy and light mixture. Next comes the flour. It's essential to add it gradually and whisk gently to prevent lumps. The flour is what gives the cookie structure, but too much of it can make the cookie dense and tough. Finally, add the vanilla or almond extract to give the cookie its signature flavor. The resulting dough should be light and have a pourable consistency, similar to pancake batter. A common trick is to let the dough rest for a few hours or even overnight. This step allows the flour to fully hydrate and results in a smoother, more malleable dough. Once the dough is ready, it's time to bake the cookies. But before we get to that, let's talk about the most exciting part of a fortune cookie, the fortune. Now, what's a fortune cookie without its fortune? These slips of wisdom, prophecy, or even humor are arguably the soul of the fortune cookie. Historically, fortunes were rooted in Confucian teachings, offering wisdom and guidance. However, as times have changed, so have the messages. Today, writing the fortunes is a creative endeavor involving wit and brevity. They range from inspirational quotes, light-hearted jokes, to predictions, and sometimes a lucky set of numbers or a simple phrase in Chinese. These tiny slips of paper, usually no more than 2.5 inches long, are printed in bulk and cut into individual fortunes, ready to be tucked into their crispy shell. Onward to the baking. The baking process of fortune cookies is where things really heat up. First, preheat your oven or griddle. A hotter baking environment helps create the golden, crisp texture of the cookies. Once the dough is ready and the fortunes are set, spoon small amounts of the dough onto the baking sheet. You'll want to spread it out into thin, round shapes. They should be even and thin, but not so thin that the paper fortune could potentially poke through. Bake the cookies until the edges start to brown. This usually takes around 5-7 minutes. A pro tip here is not to bake too many cookies at once, because the key is to shape them while they're still hot and they cool down rapidly. As soon as the cookies come out of the oven, quickly place the fortune in the center, fold the cookie in half to create a semicircle, and then bend the pointed edges inward over a rod or the rim of a glass. This gives the cookie its unique shape. Keep in mind, the cookies harden pretty quickly as they cool, so speedy work is necessary here. Now let's take a look at how the process is different in an industrial setting. Workers diligently package fortune cookies in a bustling factory. The cookies are baked to perfection, and each worker carefully inserts a fortune slip. Supervisors ensure the cookies are flawlessly packed, maintaining quality control and handling them with utmost care. Boxes of fortune cookies are stacked and prepared for distribution. The warehouse team organizes orders and loads them onto delivery trucks. Drivers meticulously arrange the boxes, ensuring they remain secure during transportation. Delivery drivers navigate through traffic, bringing fortune cookies to restaurants, shops, and eager customers. Establishments receive the fortune cookies with excitement, ready to delight their customers with these sweet treats and mysterious fortunes. And that's a wrap on our journey through the fascinating world of fortune cookies. We hope you enjoyed uncovering the secrets, flavors, and surprises hidden within these delightful treats. Remember, fortune cookies hold more than just a message. They embody the spirit of anticipation, possibility, and shared moments of joy. Next time you crack open a fortune cookie, take a moment to appreciate the craftsmanship, the ancient tradition, and the small moments of wonder they bring. May your fortunes be as rich as the experiences they unlock. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey.